Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Madden 18 and my rebuilding the Cleveland Browns playthrough. The bye week special is now upon us. If you're new to this, every season of my Madden series, I like to do a bye week special where essentially we just go ahead and look at the stats of the people here on my team, the stats of the other people around the league, check out the standings, see what's going on within the world of my Madden series, and of course do some other things like renegotiate some contracts and scout college players. Typically, the bye week special is at some point in the middle of the season, but unfortunately this year, it came on week 5, so the stats aren't going to be very impressive, but it gives you an idea of what's actually going on with my team and the rest of the league as a whole. So let's go ahead and check those out. DeShone Kizer on the season, yet to throw a single interception. Very happy about that so far. We have a 60% completion percentage. We are averaging 227 yards per game. And yeah, I mean, so far so good with Mr. DeShone Kizer here. 908 yards, 8 touchdowns, 0 picks. And Cardale Jones coming in, filling in for DeShone that one game. 11 of 14, $173 and a touchdown. We did have that bad interception, but by and large, very good play for the quarterback position so far this year. Running the ball, Duke freaking Johnson Jr., 7.2 yards per carry average, 4 rushing touchdowns, 513 yards. This man is on a roll, and if I remember correctly, he's actually leading the league in rushing, which is a huge contrast as compared to what we had last season when Isaiah Crowell was handling most of the things on the ground. And then, of course, DeShone Kizer, who has fumbled 5 times in 4 games. Not very happy about that whatsoever, but wait, weren't those all? No, 3 were in one game and 1 was in a different one. Not happy about all those fumbles whatsoever. Cardale, of course, scrambled a little bit, and Kristen Michael filling in for Duke Johnson Jr. Only 7 carries on the season, but he's done a pretty good job when we actually give him an opportunity. Let's go ahead and check out receiving here. Davion Olsen, my pride and joy. 5th overall pick of the draft. 18 catches, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns so far, averaging 70 yards per game. Not bad, much better than anyone else on my team. Corey Coleman, of course, doing a lot better this season as compared to last one. 16 for 170 and 3 touchdowns. Duke, number 3, coming out of the backfield. Very nice to see him being involved in the passing game as well as the running game. David Njoku, kind of a quiet season. I believe he had a 100-yard game, so that means the bulk of his yardage here was actually in one game. 25% of the games he's played so far, but he's solid. He's been very consistent, not dropping as many passes so far this year. Josh Gordon, of course, coming out of the slot. He returned today in the real-life NFL as the Browns are now 0-12. But it was cool having Josh there. He provided a spark in real life, and they're actually taking shots downfield with him, which is fun to see the Browns actually throwing the ball more than 4 yards down the field. So that was actually pretty cool. He's doing pretty good here in my season as well. Chance Hurley, the rookie, 5 for 33. Not exactly the biggest plays ever. And then Cooper Kupp, Corey Harkey, and Kristen Michael each with 1 catch on the season here. I wish they would show you how many drops people have. It's odd to me that they don't keep track of that here, but regardless. Let's go ahead and check out the defense here, which is struggling a lot this season as compared to previous years. So the rookie, Tyler Worthy, who is an absolute freaking specimen, man. If I go show you guys like the roster, like you'll see how fast this man is. He's also got good awareness. He's got good stats pretty much everywhere. I'm wondering why his overall is as low as it is. But 34 total tackles so far in the season and a sack. Kristen Kirksey, Jamar Taylor, Jabril Peppers, those are the guys leading the way in terms of tackles. In terms of sacks so far this year, we're only 4 games in, but I feel like we should be having more than this, right? So let's see, there's 4, 5, 6, 7... in total, 8 sacks, I believe, for the entire team over the course of 4 games. That's 2 sacks a game. I mean, Myles Garrett alone was getting 2 sacks a game last year. I don't know what's happening here. The first overall draft pick, I traded up to get him. I took the first overall pick on Stanley Schmidt here. Not doing a whole lot. He got 2 sacks in his opening game. Nothing in the past 3 games, although to be fair, he was injured for one of them. 11 total tackles on the season. Not making a big splash so far, if I'm being entirely honest. Tyler Worthy, the rookie, getting his sack pretty good. Dontari Poe, kind of underwhelming as well. 13 tackles and 1 sack. I mean, we signed him in the offseason. He's costing us like $5 million a season. Kind of underwhelming so far. Then Ogba filling in already has a sack. He had plenty of sacks last season, but for some reason, the way Madden works, even though Ogba was like, I don't know, in the top 5 or something like that for sacks last year, they didn't keep track of his stats, so I looked at the entire league. But also, they didn't increase his overall really whatsoever, so I thought it would be good to draft Stanley here, who would actually have an increase in overall eventually, but I don't know. Check out interceptions. We have 3 total on the season, which is not too bad, honestly. I mean, 3 through 4 games isn't too bad. Jamar Taylor, Joe Hayden, and Jamie Collins Sr. each with 1. Not a lot of fumbles so far this year either. They're not really making a ton of plays. Jason McCourty has 1, and then he recovered it. So in terms of turnovers, we have 4 turnovers in 4 games. Not exactly great, you know? All right, let's go ahead and check out kicking here. Zane Gonzalez, fantastic year. What a rebound. Last year, I was missing kicks with him left and right. So far this year, we have not missed one. Our longest is only 47, which is manageable, but he's also not randomly missing extra point kicks or anything like that. So, yeah, pretty happy. I mean, 4 for 4, you know, but between 40 and 49 yards. I'm happy with him so far. He's doing pretty good. He's accurate enough, and he's got a decent boot on him, so pretty good there. Let's go ahead. That's pretty much everything for my team here. Now, let's go compare to the rest of the teams in the league to kind of show what's going on in the season itself. So go here to NFL. In terms of yards, Aaron Rodgers is still playing, and he is leading the league in passing yards. Philip Rivers, number 2. Ben Roethlisberger, number 3. By the way, it feels odd to me. It was always, you know, completions, attempts, then yards. It's weird to have yards be the first category here. But there's Ben. Alex Smith randomly up there. Trevor Siemain, I forget how to pronounce his last name. Ryan Tannehill. Deshaun Watson. Andy Dalton. Teddy Bridgewater for the Jaguars. Randomly doing okay. Andrew Luck. Matt Stafford. There's old Jim, who made his debut for the Niners today in real life, but in the game here, he is starting for the Jets now. Not a bad choice. Oh, what happened to Jared Goff? Who is this rookie from Troy who's starting? Maybe Jared Goff. Well, I did start this playthrough before the actual NFL season started, or is that the very beginning of the season, somewhere around there? It's maybe Jared Goff's overall was not already that good. I mean, Jared Goff's pretty great in real life. Tom Brady all the way down here. He's got 11 touchdowns to 1 pick, so he's playing every game. He's just not getting as many yards. But then again, you know, he's all the way down there. But he's within a couple hundred yards of like the 3rd and 4th place people. So being this early in the season, you can't judge people's yards too much. Sam Bradford starting. A rookie out of UCLA is starting for Tampa Bay. Really? Jameis Winston's out? That's interesting. Derek Carr is still for the Raiders. There's Mr. DeShone Kizer. Just to have Eli Manning, who has said today that he plans to play next season despite being benched in real life. Marcus Mariota, Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott, Joe Flacco. Man, Joe Flacco's still playing. Cody Kessler. I always thought that was so funny. Our first game against the Saints this season, which we blew them out. Cody Kessler, the guy that we traded to the Cowboys for... Well, I always forget his name. For Cole Beasley, is now starting for the Saints. It's so odd to me. Carson Palmer is still playing. Man, Carson, when are you going to hang it up? Probably when Larry does, which will be never. Wayne McDonald is a rookie from LSU, going to be starting for the Niners here. It's just kind of cool checking out all this stuff. Mitchell Trubisky starting. Why is Mark Sanchez in? Carson Wentz got hurt. Yeah, Carson Wentz is right below him. Okay. Yes, Carson got hurt, it looks like. Kevin Hogan. They got Kevin Hogan starting. Well, he's not actually starting. He's backing up Carson, I suppose. Nathan Peterman. Poor guy. Poor Mr. 5 interceptions himself. Who's leading the league in touchdown catches right now? Freaking, oh my gosh. They're undefeated right now, too. It's going to be a tough go this year in the AFC North in my game here. Yeah, they're doing really good. Ben's throwing touchdowns left and right. They're undefeated. There's Tom. There's Matt. Double Matts. Who's leading the league in picks randomly? Cam Newton, Alex Smith, Cody Kessler, Matt Stafford, Mariota. All right, let's check out rushing here. Oh, yeah. My man, right there, by a country mile, Big Play Johnson himself. Does it show who has the most 20-yard carries? No. He's definitely got one of the longer. I mean, everyone else is like longest carry so far this season, 14 yards, 9 yards, 11 yards, 15 yards. What's going on with these guys this year? 67 yards out of him, 67 yards out of Le'Veon Bell. But, freaking Duke. So Duke's leading the league in yards by a good margin right now. He's got the most touchdowns. Matt Forte is not only still playing, but doing well for the Chiefs. Okay. Actually, I saw him. He was there with Alex Smith. I remember seeing that in the introduction to that game we played against them. Devontae Freeman, Duke Johnson. So Duke is tied for 3rd with touchdowns with a lot of people, but I mean, not bad. Who's got the most carries? Devontae Freeman. Okay. Sean McCoy's still in there. Okay, I'm glad to see there aren't like a ton of major like Deshaun Kaiser's leading us in fumbles. I'm glad to see that there aren't any major changes, like a bunch of players left their teams for no reason, stuff like that. Looks like Antonio Brown's leading the league in catches. Freaking Gronk dropping the people's elbow today on that defenseless rookie defender. Who's leading us in yardage? Freaking Antonio Brown. Wow. These guys aren't playing around. Touchdown catches. Des Bryant, Gronk, Julio Jones. Okay. What about not blocking? Who cares about that? Let's go ahead and check out defense here. Who's leading the league in sacks? What's going on there? Aaron Donald. 7 already in 4 games? Monster. Freaking monster. Nobody on my team has more than like 2. So you have all these people here just getting all sorts of sacks, stuff like that. What about interceptions? 3, Darius Slay Jr. I was thinking about trying to trade for him. That's what we really need, I think, on defense. Real quick, just to see who has the most field goals made so far this season. Aha! Leading the league in field goals made. I'll take it. And he hasn't missed yet. But I was actually considering that, trading for Darius Slay, because, you know, that's the one thing holding this team back, I think. If we look at the overall roster here, I mean, the corners, they're not bad, but they're all older, except for D. Milner, who is kind of a bust, let's be honest. I want him to be good, but he's a bust in real life. He's kind of a bust here in the game. He's 26, he's a 72 overall. He's not seemingly getting much better. All my guys are decently quick, I suppose. I'm surprised Jamar Taylor's actually that fast. Wow. But, you know, they're all decently quick, I suppose, but not the fastest guys in the world. They're all pretty old, 27 and above, and they're all 82 or worse. So, like, a big shutdown corner, I think, could be great. I mean, we already have Harrison Smith back there. He's doing great. And then Jabril Peppers, I need him to progress a little bit faster. He's getting good tackles so far this year, but he went up like 2 overalls or something like that, going from his rookie season here into season 2. And I'm not sure what I need to do to help make him better. I think increasing awareness as a whole is good, especially in simulations and when you want to increase the player's overall. Because he's fast, his man and zone coverage aren't great. But my strong safeties, I don't typically need them to be. I prefer them to be more run support anyway. But yeah, I think a good shutdown corner is what we need. And so to tie into that here, let's go ahead and check out what I've actually been doing in terms of scouting. So I've already done the scouting for this week, but that doesn't really matter too much. I'm just kind of showing it. So Dre Claybrooks here looks great. I mean, so far, there are lists online where you can find out whether or not they're actually going to be a really good player or not. But so far, he's a shutdown corner. Very good early first-round talent, and he's from Ohio State. That seems like a perfect player for me to draft. Maybe I trade up to get him. I don't know. So I've been looking at corners. I've been looking at left tackles. So they want me to re-sign Joe Thomas. So I assume he's going to be around for a while, but eventually Joe Thomas is going to go away, right? So I was looking at Nate Bowman here because he's the only decent left tackle available. Did I scout any right tackles? Yeah, I scouted a couple of right tackles with first-round talent as well. That guy's going to be a buzz, but Lee Freeney looks like he's going to be decent. So I'm looking at these guys thinking, well, maybe we're going to find a replacement for Joe Thomas, because it's going to happen eventually, right? You always have to think ahead. I've also been looking at big threat receivers. Guys that are like between 6'3" and 6'5". I like big receivers, I do, but the majority of them are busts. Like, as you can see, I've scouted pretty much every one of them. That's a decent height that isn't supposed to go in the 5th round. And, yeah, having some trouble there. I've also scouted a decent amount of corners here. These are all the corners that are said to be going early on. And, I mean, so far so good. They look to be okay. But Dre Claybrooks seems to be a pretty awesome guy to go for. His man coverage looks a little bit lacking, but we can make him better. I love the fact that he's from Ohio State. Like, I love that little bit of extra story to it, because it just makes playing the game even more fun for me. And in terms of players looking to be re-signed right now, Joe Thomas is ready. And he's still, I mean, despite being 33, he's still doing good and has a good overall. So it's like, yeah, we should probably just keep him. I won't trade him. I refuse to get rid of him or Joe Hayden. I specifically traded to get Joe Hayden back because they've been such big parts of the Browns organization throughout their entire careers that I want them to be part of my rebuild here, you know. Danny Shelton once re-signed. I gotta get him in there. Duke Johnson once re-signed. We should probably get him now before he wants even more money. Cole Beasley, I don't need to re-sign him right now. I just don't. He's not even playing for me. Jason McCourty I want back, but am I really going to be spending $4.3 million on him? Like, it seems like the kind of thing I could wait until next season to do, because he's going to be 32 next year and probably dip below 80 overall. Seems like way too much money, right? Buster Screen, same idea. He's not that good right now. I don't want to spend top dollar to get them back at this moment. So I want Joe. I do. And this looks fine. I don't want to lowball him. Last thing I want is the game to like bug out and have Joe Thomas himself say, no, I'm not re-signing, because that's not Joe. He'll never lead the Browns in real life, I don't think. Yeah, you'd like to make more money during that time. Yeah, see, now he wants more money. That's why he might actually still re-sign. We'll have to check. I don't know. Let's go ahead and... Danny, I'll give you a slightly better contract because you are a core part of our defense, and you're only getting better. So... Good offer, deal done. Danny Shelton's coming back. Good. He's probably going to be 90 overall next year. He's 25. He's got fast developmental traits. He's 84 overall. I mean, Danny's going to be a big contributor for us. This man right here, though, I may be overpaying slightly, but I just want to give him. I want to give him a decent. Let's bump it up. Wait, let's bump it up here to. No, drop it down. Exactly $4 million cap hit. Let's just drop it down there. I think he's going to re-sign for this, and we need him to. He is the future of our team. Exactly what he's hoping to get. Next season will be right. Yeah, there we go. Duke Johnson Jr.'s back. So, Joe might not want to re-sign. Gosh, what if he were to really say, I'm not re-signing next year. I'm not going to re-sign no matter what. It's like, well, at that point, it's like, dude, really? After all of this? That would stink. We'll have to see how it plays out, I suppose. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I suppose that is pretty much... all for this episode. Let's go ahead and advance the week here. We've already done all the training and all that stuff. Let's advance the week and see what Joe Thomas has to say. Hopefully, we can just re-sign him now. Yeah, he wants more money. Wants a lot more money. Just bump it up here a little bit, I guess, then. I mean, he's worth it, really. But... fair deal is over 2 years. Okay, so we'll bump that up to 23. Bump it up to 23.2. We're giving him $1 million more than he wants, all right? So he should definitely want this, correct? Nice offer. Improve the... Now he's eating... All right, Joe. I'm telling you. Breaking my balls here, Joe. You're breaking my balls. I'll get him back eventually, I assume. And now we can scout some more college players. These are just the top overall guys here. I'm not really looking to fill in any of those positions. I already did him. If you just scroll down like the main top guys that they give you by default, you know, I've scouted most of the ones I'm actually interested in looking at. Yes, let's just go ahead and go. Just go corner. Yeah, I've scouted pretty much every corner in the game, it feels like, but we're just going to keep on scouting here a little bit. Just get an idea of what they may actually be. I don't see myself taking a corner past the 3rd round anyway, so we'll just go ahead and do that. I'm actually considering finding a new backup running back. This is something I thought about doing. I would want him to be a speed back. Russell Garrett here is one of the few ones in the game, but he's going to be a bust, and he's from Army. So, Julius Tate. I mean, why are all the speed backs busts? What's wrong with them? Are there any better speed backs? There's probably a better speed back up higher. Maybe I scrolled past them or something like that. But yeah, slowly but surely I go through and I scout lots of players, and the draft's a lot of fun for me. I have fun refilling up the team that way. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, that's all I have for you guys here in this video. The bye week special is now over. And next episode, we are going to be heading to Baltimore to take on Joe Flacco and the 1-4 Baltimore Ravens in a game that I hope will be an easy win. Those don't come by the Browns very often anymore. So we can always just pretend here in my season that wins are actually I think we can get. And so very excited for that game. So hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Drop me a rating. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.